Greetings, everyone, and welcome again to the full Broadsword. KJ's here. I'm here. And our illustrious DM Jake is here as well. So, before you know what, I'm going to just dispense with the splash, and we're going to go right to the cameras so that everybody can see our smiling little faces down there. And my head will be turning from time to time because now I have a 3-monitor operation, and I blame all of you, the viewers, for making me do this. If I was just a simple little podcaster, I'd still be just doing my thing. And look at that, our DM is
higher. There we go. Keep going.
Yeah. Fill it up, DM. He's getting the happy juice dialed in.
He's getting his Healy juice
His
going.
Healy juice, yeah. Oh boy, is he mixing drinks or was that an extra double shot? Let's see. When we last left our weary travelers, they had completed the haunted mansion/house in need of repair, and were headed back. Did they already reach back? I think they already got back to the inn and were sitting, I think, but I don't think they got any further than that. That's where we hit the brakes. But and just in case I listen back and don't remember, because I have a handful of these sitting in my in my file that I need to upload and whatnot, this should be episode 9. So, title to come after I listen to our crazy hijinks tonight and come up with one. So, so we'll give her back to the DM because he knows what the hell's going on. It's been a couple weeks for me. I'm fucking lost, honestly. So let's take it away there, DM Fancy Pants.
Well, when we last left our adventurers, they were returning. In fact, I had put up the map. As you can see, the haunted house. And let me before I go any further, the haunted house.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Saltmarsh. And there's the coast. And so when we had last left our adventurers, they had left the haunted house and were traveling back to the town of Saltmarsh to divvy up the goods. And prior to recording, we had actually sat down. I had gone through my notes and we had handed out experience points. And for those keeping track, the entire party divided amongst everything came to a grand total of 942 experience points per character. And I want to say Damon was keeping track of all the monetary value of the loot, as we like to call it, which wasn't a lot, no king's ransom or anything. And we had headed back to Saltmarsh, and it was the daytime. I believe it was morning by the time we left the sea caves. And the party had discovered that despite the rumors of the house being haunted, it appears as if the party had stumbled onto what looked like, through the superior investigative skills of Edward the Paladin, we broke up some sort of a smuggling ring, of which we all, and just to get my players up to speed, we all figured which would be of interest to our contact, which is Merrick, the traveling merchant, who had a very keen interest in finding out what was going on up at the haunted house. And so I'm sure that he is going to be eager to hear what the adventurers have discovered and to report back with him. So,
and if I remember correctly, Kai was very interested in being his taste tester for the products that we did find in there.
Yeah. In fact, while we're at it, why don't you refresh us while I pull the maps up? as to what we had found down into the sea cave, which was kind of like, and for our listeners to refresh, the house was kind of up on a cliff, and in fact, there was one specific window that Edward had kind of found, which had some scratch marks in the window. And this is to refresh our paladin as well, because it's been a little bit since we've done the recording. We've been working on the alternate campaign, um, but the paladin had found a particular window which had a superior view of the bay with some scratch marks and stuff on there. And so, why don't you guys, while I pull up my notes real quick, refresh our viewers on some of the goods that we had found, and there was also a couple of handouts that I had handed out as well. If you guys
Oh,
wanted to, yep, touch base
oh,
on that from the
yeah.
last time.
I gotta go find notes for that.
Yeah. From what I recall, we had found a handful of parchment papers, Philosopher's Stone book, religious book of the Shark Father, um, a scroll or two here and there, and a couple of strange coins. The rest of the stuff is pretty well divvied out for money wise. But some baddies. There was a boat, like a cave entrance from the ocean or the sea, and it looked like they were. What we felt is they had been smuggling in tons of alcohol of some sort. There's quite a few barrels still down underneath, which I would like to tell our buddy that we should probably go back during the remodeling phase and get a giant, maybe rent a warehouse or something, and then haul it all into town and then sell it, or open up our own bar. I don't know. Or maybe donate
Like
it
I
to
said,
this bar and drink for free for the next month or two.
like I said, I know Kai was very eager to sample the wares to verify that they weren't poisonous. So
Yes, Kai was very interested in the contents of the barrels, which um, we have determined were probably some sort of alcoholic libation. Um, and he was, yeah, very, very interested. Um, and I think that we were planning on trying to see about maybe getting a wagon up there, or maybe we can speak
hmm
with Merrick to try to retrieve some of the goods
Right.
that were up there.
Well, yeah, because you wouldn't want to leave those leaving or left around for anybody who's doing any remodeling in that place. Come on.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. You'd end up having stairs go all over the place.
So that's where we're at. Currently, our adventurers are back in number 3, which is going to be the tavern. And let me go up here and pull my notes up.
Okay.
So that's where we were at, awaiting, and we had just gotten back, and I think sitting down for breakfast and kind of going over the notes, and that was the plan. So that's where we left off. So back at the tavern now, really quick, going into the leveling system, as discussed before with the house rules, which is pretty standard. When I say house rules, it ties in with the standard 5th edition rules, which is there's a gold piece monetary value, and just bear in mind that before the players start acting on the new skills and stuff, that we have to go through a training process. So it's going to be a little bit of time, some in-game time, of which we can fast forward pending no significant events occur during that training time. But yeah, we are currently back at the inn. It is now morning. The morning crowds are coming in for their mealtime. Various farm workers, craftsmen and tradespeople stopping by to pick up their bacon and eggs or what have you from the fair, and getting ready to head off um, out into the fields. So that's where we're at.
Have we run into Merrick yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I guess we just hang out here for a little bit. Do we know if he's got a room at the inn?
Yeah. We were all kind of staying there. He had parked his wagon and his, the horses and stuff. And so as we return, you will see that his wagon is there. The caravan guards are there. It looks like they are, in garrison duty. They're, one person watches the wagon, while Merrick is, and who knows what he's doing. He's off, doing merchant things right now. So.
Right on. Well, I would talk to the boys. Let's see. It's Kai, Marcus, Edward. I got to make sure I got this right. Doing that other one, I'm like, I don't want to get the wrong name.
Well, Edward, don't you have a loan you need to go pay off?
Yeah. I'm gonna go pay that loan off. Yep. And
Okay.
when we were divvying up the money that we found, I'd pay Kai what he loaned me as well.
I believe that was 80 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why my video keeps cutting in and out, so I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Oh, well. Marcus looks better than you do anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's fine. I don't know why it's doing that either, but that's okay. We're not professionals.
I got called handsome this week by some older lady, shall I say? So hey, I'll take a win for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Intoxicated tavern visitor. Is that what it was?
No, it was actually at the job site that I was at. This older lady, she goes, "You just look so handsome." And I handed her my glasses and said, "Here you go. you need these more than I do."
Yeah, no kidding. Holy moly.
So Edward intends to go off to pay his debts. What is Marcus going to do?
Just wander around the town and look at all the different merchants and see what else they've got for sale out there. Because we never did really explore all the little different points that you've got on here. We hit
we didn't. We hit a few. We got what we needed, ran out of money, and we went back and took off.
Exactly.
Well, there's always merchants around ready to,
take my hard earnings.
Yeah.
Right.
We got any merchants? Got any merchants that help you, actually jump across holes?
I do believe that Edward did acquire a great sword, if I was not mistaken.
Yeah, I used it through the entire mansion. But
Okay.
I was going to go back to, what is it, point 17? Is that where the armor was?
Was it 17 or 19?
I thought we came around a corner and I thought it was 17, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It could have been.
17 is going to be, yes, the Dwarven Anvil.
Okay.
That was the place, yeah.
And the master smith was an elderly, dark-skinned woman named Mafera, and her son Jasker.
Yes, I remember them.
And also, it was unusual, which kind of caught everybody's eye, is that you had a bunch of dwarves that were working, but they seemed to be supervised by Mafera. So that kind of caught our eye. typically dwarves kind of stick to their own. And why would a woman be running the forge in lieu of, say, like a a dwarven foreman or a taskmaster, etc. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Okay, so I'll put him at the 17 then. Go to talk to her. So I guess I'll go in there and
Okay.
find is Jasker, or do I see her?
Jasker is working the front counter, if you will. He's the head journeyman.
Right. Well, I will go speak to him.
Yes, the wayward soldier. How can we help you? Welcome back. Rumors are already circulating the town that you have returned from the haunted house. Uh, uh, you know, do share some stories. We're all interested to hear about what happened.
Well, I'll tell you this much. First off, I need to pay off the debt that I owe here. So I will hand him that and make sure that his mother gets that. On top of that, are you authorized to do sales, or is that something your mother would do?
Of course, anything that you see on the racks, I have some very fine, dwarven made steel, fresh from the Red Coast. And then over here we have some pirate cutlasses, fresh off.
How about something that I'm going to hand to you to sell? How about that? Will you be buying things, or is this something your mother would do?
Yes. Let me. Um, I can make a deal for her. What is it that you would have to sell?
I'm going to reach back into my in on the back and pull the great sword that I bought from there and put it on the counter. And I'm going to tell him, it's good, it's nice, it works pretty slick. It's just not for me. So even though I paid off the debt, I've bought it in full, I would like to sell it back, and I understand that it's going to be at a reduced cost. But I'm hoping since you guys sold it, you'd be willing to take it back.
Well, of course, Jasker says we stand behind our wares. What was the where did was it the steel? Was it the pommel? What this was we had received this from a shipment of goods off the dock. And and he looks at it, and I mean it has very little wear. What what seemed to be the issue with it?
There's nothing wrong with it. It worked as intended, and it did a fine job. I just feel that I'm more of a sword and board type of a person. So I don't think a two-handed weapon is up my alley. So
Okay.
give me a decent price, you can put it back on your shelves for somebody that is.
Well, he takes the blade and he, wipes it down with an oilcloth, and he looks at it, and there's a couple of dings, but nothing that can't be polished out. He says, I'm willing to give you um, half the price back if you just want your gold back, or if you're willing to trade one of the other items, I will give you a 1-for-1 trade on one of the other items in the shop.
Well, I'd be looking for something in a long sword. I mean, something of similar quality. Um, you know, unknown magical. Yeah, something. Obviously, this came from the downstairs back special area, whatever you like to call it, behind the curtain. Go back there. I believe there was some others, but maybe some new stuff has come in.
Yes. Let me see. And he disappears. Wait here. I'll be right back.
Of course. You find any
I don't
Jeopardy
have any
music?
Jeopardy.
Oh,
I don't
you
have any Jeopardy
didn't.
music.
You son of a bitch.
It's one thing I didn't get yet.
That's okay. You were traveling.
So he comes back and he's got bunch of stuff bundled up, and they're all individually wrapped up. And he says, "I have a let me see here, a short blade. I've got a saber. I have another hand and a half sword. This really fine cutlass that came in. All of these are fresh from off the docks, and I do have a short sword, and I do have a long sword.
Well, the long sword is the only thing of interest right now to me. So, what do we know about this one?
This one is called, and he looks at it, has some runes on the side. And let me punch this up real quick. It is. Are you going to handle the sword?
Yeah.
So you pick it up. It is a long sword for game purposes. It will give you the stats for a long sword. It appears. Well, let's do this. Make.
I have a long
investigation
sword
check.
already, so I already know the standard stats of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one appears. Make a perception check.
7, not very well.
Hopefully, you know which end is the pointy end.
Yeah, as you pick up the blade, it does have some runes etched in on the blade. It is gently tapered, polished to what appears to be a mirrored finish. It's very balanced. The guard is worked into the shape of which looks like a gull or a seabird with outstretched wings is kind of the pommel, and it's capped with a small silver feather.
Oh. And a 1 for 1, hey?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I guess I'll take that deal. And been nice doing business with you.
Yeah, he says, "Would you like to know a little bit about the blade, perhaps, before you?"
Yeah, whatever you've got to tell me about it, that would be downright super.
He said, "Gull color, as in like seagull. Gull color is the name of this blade." He says it was a favorite with the deckhands on the ship and the rigging folk. He says it kept them from splitting their skulls if they missed the mast. Won't stop you from getting wet though if you fall in the water, but it'll make sure you live the fall and curse the sea about it when you're done.
Well, that certainly sounds interesting.
So you know your blade is called Gull.
Yeah, I gotta add one here if I can find the damn. Freaking taking me forever to scroll all the way to long swords here. There we go. Gotta customize. Okay. Name. Okay, so it's it had a seagull and feathers on it.
Yeah, the guard is worked into the shape of a gull's wings, so it kind of looks like the wings are part of the guard, and it is capped with
Okay.
a small silver feather on the pommel. And as you draw the sword from the scabbard, you can almost kind of smell the salt air of the ocean.
Oh, great.
And if you put your ear to it, it's almost as if you can hear, like, the ocean waves and seagulls in the background.
Okay. All right. Then what I will do is we will equip that.
So it's kind of like a seashell.
And then I will
You
delete
put it
this.
up to your ears and you can
Great
hear
one.
the ocean.
Yeah, right. All right.
It's
Well,
not the
that.
screams of your victims, it's the screams of the ocean.
Yeah. Well, that will do it for me then. I appreciate your time. And
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Come on back. There's new shipments coming out. What's here today, you will probably be gone tomorrow.
Right on. I appreciate your time, and then I'm gonna head on out.
Okay, Marcus.
Well, just kind of looking through my inventory. At some point, I think I picked it up from when I was there, when I met you guys over there at the Dwarven thing. I wound up picking up a curved dagger, but we didn't know what it was. Is there anybody that could actually identify what it is? Because I've got
I'm
it marked
sure
down
you
as a
can.
curved down as unknown.
Yeah, I'm sure that you can look around. In number 9 is the open air market. I'm sure you might be able to
Okay.
find something. I am opening my notes here. Bear with me. Yeah, there's a hedge wizard has his little shop that's got frog's legs and eye of newt and kind of a hunchback little hedge wizard guy that's there. He should be able to cast an identify for 50 gold pieces.
50? Really?
Hmm? Wizards got to make money.
Yeah, I know, but 50? Wow.
Well, you can find that shade tree wizard that's sitting over there on behind the tree over there, and try him. He's probably cheaper.
50. All right. I'll give you 50 for it. Hopefully it's worth 50. So, excuse me, sir. I just wondered, would you be able to identify this dagger for me?
Yes, absolutely. If you like he said, for 50 gold, he'll be able to cast identify and be able to tell you kind of what it is.
Here. Have your 50 gold.
Quite trusting. I would have gone 25 now and then 25 after.
I've learned you don't piss off wizards.
Yeah, unless they're bookworms, apparently you can get away with beating them up every chance you get. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
So the name of this dagger is called the Marsh Fang dagger.
Marsh Fang
Yep.
dagger.
Yep.
Okay.
It's got the curved blade. It's serrated near the tip, kind of like almost like a harpoon. Grip is wrapped in waterlogged leather. Almost, and when he casts the spell on it, you kind of see a faint greenish sheen on the blade. It's kind of there, and then it kind of goes away. It is a normal dagger statistics, 1d4. It is +1 against aquatic creatures,
Okay.
and with an additional property of when you hit a creature that is grappled, restrained, or submerged in water, the Marshfang dagger deals an extra d4, 1d4 of poison damage. If those conditions are met, grappled, restrained, or submerged in water.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to put all that into this, but we'll figure it out.
Just go
Or is it
under.
already on the one of the list?
I would just write that down as grappled, restrained, submerged, 1d4 poison. Other than that, it functions as a dagger +1.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything else I could do for you? I have Newt,
Um,
and I've got Bat's Wings, and I have perhaps you would like for me to scribe a scroll for you. I can do that. All for the right price, of course.
of course, of course. Do you have any extra potions of healing?
Hmm. Let me see. Yes, I can. I can spare 2 potions of healing at 20 gold pieces each.
$20?
20 gold
Really?
pieces.
Really?
My friend, you're taking food off of my table for my family. Were I to give it to you any less of a price?
Come on, let's try to work something out here. I mean, 40 gold if I wanted to buy 2 of them, that's just kind of steep, man. Come on.
Make a persuasion check if you wish to haggle with them.
He's not the best one to do this with, but okay. Nope. I insult him.
Yes. No, my friend, I've already given you a good enough deal as it is. If you ask around, people will charge you more for these.
Oh, all
You're
right.
the,
I will.
in fact,
I will pass for now.
you're the heroes that have cleared the haunted house. You should
Exactly,
more than be able to afford these.
because I am the hero. Since we are the heroes that cleared out the haunted house, it should afford us some leeway on pricing.
I did give you leeway on pricing. You should be able to afford my leeway, hero.
I'm a little more frugal with some of my stuff when it comes to some things. So no, I can't do it. But I will
Anything
pass
else
it
that
this
you would
time.
like to do?
That's it for right now that I can think of.
Okay.
I'm just gonna peruse all the other stalls to see what else might be going on. I mean, I don't know what other stalls might be over there.
It's an open air market. What else would you like to look for?
Is there a Fletcher over there or a Bower?
Yes. Remember, there was a leather worker that was there, and that's about the closest thing you're going to find to a bowyer.
So that 11 had was that what was that 11? 11 was
That
the
was Yeah, that was Kester's Leather Goods.
right, but there wasn't any other Fletchers or anything like that around.
No,
Okay.
this is a seaport town. Lots of spears, lots of
Mm-hmm.
swords, net, fishing gear. Not a lot of
Boat. Bow
hunting
fishing.
stuff. In the
Bow
open
fishing.
ocean?
Sure. Why not? You've seen the movies. But no, that's really about it. Just kind of meandering the stores just to seeing what was there. What's
If
over at
you would
7?
if you would like to try Kester's leather goods, we can roll to see what might be available. And to answer your question, that is the it appears to be there's a lot of fish racks and fish stacks outside. Almost as if it was like an open air kind of a fish market.
Right. I wasn't sure if it was that, if it was like homes or something.
No, these are all market.
Okay. But sure, we can go back over to Kester's to take a check, see what else they might have over there, or she. I think it was a her that was in there last time.
Yes, Kiorna Kester runs the tannery. She produces smooth, colorful leather for every purpose, sells cured hides, and she is keenly interested in a lot of things if you'd like to talk to her.
Hello, I'm back again. As you can see,
Hi.
we survived our adventure.
Yes. Word has gotten around the town. Tell me, was it haunted? Was it? What did you find on the house?
There was a specter of sorts that was there that we took care of. But yeah, there was like spiders and bugs and things of that nature were primarily in the house that we came across.
Don't forget to tell her about the shrooms. She sounds like she could use some.
We didn't actually pick those shrooms back up.
I know. Another thing we got to worry about when the workers get there.
Yeah, might get some psychedelic colors in the room.
Some wicked twisty stairwells are coming.
Yeah. So since we were able to make it through, just checking back with you to see what has changed as far as any of your goods. You've gotten anything new in? Any bows, fletching equipment, anything like that?
She says, I particularly don't have anything what you're looking for. However, she directs you to building 23, which is up on the top part of your map. Don't forget to scroll out, which is going to be the Carpenters Guild Hall. She says, if you need anything, I'm sure that you can procure materials and they would be more than happy to, within a reasonable amount of time, maybe make something for you.
All right. Anything new in the armor front or the leather front that you have gotten in since last time I was here?
Oh, of course. We have stuff that changes hands all
constantly.
the time.
I know.
Anything specific that you were looking for?
No, just browsing through the leather just to see, what kind of leather you might have that might be a slight upgrade to what I currently have, or a decent upgrade to what I currently have. As you can tell, I'm just wearing just some basic studded leather, nothing fancy. Do you have anything that might be a little, maybe even more lightweight, or just as strong, or stronger, should say, in that case, when it comes to the leather? Again,
She
maybe
says,
something
yes.
that might have magical powers, magical properties to it, or anything?
Of course. Again, this is a trade town, lots of ships coming in and out. It all depends on your price range. How much are you willing to spend?
Depending upon what they cost.
Well, I have the cheapest item I have is 120 gold pieces, all the way up to 300 or 400. How much are you willing to spend?
Well, there's a difference between what I'd be willing to spend and what I am able to spend. There's a big difference between that.
Well, surely a capable adventurer such as you should not have any issues finding the funds.
Well, true. I can find the funds, but I don't. But if I need the year beforehand, I might not necessarily have the funds before I can get the funds. If you understand what I'm saying.
She says, I tell you what, you visited me before. If the stories are true, you were brave enough and smart
True.
enough to clear out the haunted house, and you've returned back to town. She says, well, I don't know. I wasn't there with you. You know how sailors get when they've had a few mugs at the tavern. They tend to embellish things. I am a
Point
tradeswoman.
taken.
I'm willing to see if we can come to an accord on perhaps maybe a down payment on something, and you can pay me when you receive the coin after your next adventure.
That's a possibility. That would be much appreciated. And how much of a down payment are we talking? Half? A third? A quarter?
I couldn't settle for anything less than half.
Okay. So, what do you possibly might have for, say, 50 to 75 at half?
So 75, which
Would be
would
the
be
half.
half.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. She steps into the back room, and she comes back out with 3 sets of leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
She says, what sort of job are you going on next?
I wish I knew. I really don't know yet. I don't think haven't been given our next task yet. You have something that's well rounded for a variety.
Well, all of these leathers will protect you.
Well, of
Some of
course.
these contain properties, specific properties. Perhaps if you tell me where you're going next, I might be able to narrow your search down.
Well, at this time, I don't know where we're going next. That's the problem. I don't know if we're going to be going back up to the ex haunted house and doing stuff up there. If we're going to be traipsing up and down the coast looking for other things. I'm not 100% sure what the task at hand will be next.
She says, I have a set of studded leather.
Mm-hmm.
If you can bring me as a down payment for half 150 gold pieces, I'd be willing to sell it to you on a writ of promise that you would pay me the other 150 on your next return.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have 150 to do that
Well,
with, unfortunately.
what do you have?
Total would be about 103 after paying the wizard guy over there 50 to tell me what kind of dagger I had.
I will take your 100 gold up front, but we will do a writ of contract for an additional 200 gold when you return.
I'm a man of my word.
Okay. So she breaks out her papers and her scrolls. She says, mind you, the town here has a stiff penalty on, fraudulently entering into contract.
Understood.
And you do know from comings and goings about the town, that the town is very well, like the town guard patrols. The criminal justice system in this town seems to be a pretty well-oiled machine. So, in other words, it's not an empty caution that she's kind of setting at you.
No problem. I understand.
So this is a set of studded leather armor. She will tell you it bears a name called the Tideborn Curious. When you look at it, it is a flexible, studded leather. Appears to be woven from what looks like some sort of a braided kelp leather laminated strip kind of a mixture. There are wave runes, or runes that look like waves that are kind of pressed into the clasp. It feels cool to the touch when you touch it. And it is known to imbue the wearer with water breathing once per long rest.
Oh, nice.
And the water, so basically the wearer can breathe, and she's going to tell you she has, papers, and almost kind of like when you buy like a collector's piece, it comes with, papers, the authentication papers. So that's
Right.
getting it from. But she says you will need to attune it with out of character is something we have to discuss about attuning magic items. But back into character, she will, because we haven't come across that yet, how to attune magic items. But back into character, yeah. So game stat wise, out of character, game stat wise, it has a 10-minute duration. Once per long rest, you can breathe underwater. It does not grant any extra bonuses to swimming or swim speed. It just simply allows you to breathe underwater for up to 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'm sure we will put this to good use.
Oh, I'm sure you will. She has you sign the contract. She rolls up her papers, and she says, anything else that I can help you with?
I'm too broke to afford anything else right now. And I have made a note of my own inventory so I know what it is that I got to pay off.
Yep. So you owe the merchant 200 gold pieces.
Yep.
With that, is there anything else that anybody would like to do prior to heading back to the tavern to meet with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm walking out of the dwarven anvil, I will stop and turn around and say, Jesper, I got another question for you, and then I'll reapproach him.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course.
I'm curious. Do you guys... I'm seeing a lot of weapons that you are making here, and I'm curious. Do you deal in silver? Not silver coin. I'm talking silver weaponry.
Oh, he says, yeah, I myself I'm not familiar with the forging techniques. However, my mother, Mafera, is more of the subject matter expert on that. If you would like to come back this afternoon, she will be in.
Well, let me ask you this. Does this forge silver weapons? Or can it?
Well, the dwarves here are talented. They can forge anything pretty much anything.
Okay,
If you bring
perfect.
the material.
If I bring in and I hand you my other long sword, can it be silver plated?
He says that's a question that I will ask. I don't have the answer to that.
I'll tell you what.
without-
I'll leave this sword with you. You can tag it with my name on it, and ask your mother, and I'll be back by it later in the day, and see if we can work something out. If not, no harm, no foul.
Yes, but you must return prior to sunset because there's a town
Sure.
council meeting, and she is very rushed and very urgent to attend the meeting.
Well, if I'm not able to make it this evening prior to sunset, will she be in tomorrow?
I'm sure that she will be.
Very good. All right. Well, we'll try to make it back before sunset tonight. If not, I will see you on the morrow. With that, I will head on out, and I'm pretty well done, I think. I'm not. Well, is there any other known wizards around besides the shady one that Marcus had to deal with? Or is that the only one that I need to go and deal with?
It depends on who you're asking.
Wasn't shady. He was just expensive.
I'll ask the Dwarven Anvil guy. Hey, I'm curious. You don't know any wizards for hire or wizard merchants that work with magical spells for items?
You're asking Jasker?
Yeah, why not?
He says there is a tower south of, on the outskirts of town. Where are you staying at? You're staying at the Wicker Goat, correct?
Yeah, whatever the giant number 3 is on the door. Yeah, yeah,
That would be the Wicker Goat.
that's the
He
one.
says
Then, yeah.
if you take the road south from the Wicker Goat, it wraps around kind of down the coastline, and you will see there is a tower. Can't miss it, and that's probably where you will find our resident sage and wizard, Keladek.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. All right, then I'll wander out and just kind of poke around through the town, working my way back to the inn where I last left the rest of the boys.
As you enter, Kai is having a discussion with one of the bartenders about the finer points of brandy, and basically you overhear him kind of talking about where he knows he might be able to get some. They're talking about brandy tasting, and that's what Kai is doing at the counter.
He's selling our kegs, huh? Very nice.
I don't know about selling, but
Well, whatever. That's what I'm just going to take about it.
So the tower
I'd stand there looking dumbfounded at Kai actually speaking out loud.
Yeah,
that would be okay.
Yeah. Not a very good salesman if all he's doing is hand and arm signals.
Exactly.
He's had a few of the libations there, so he loosened up a little bit.
Loose lips,
Right.
yeah. That's better than hand and arm signals. He'll look like he's trying to wave down a dragon or something.
The tower is going to be number 6, which is going to be Keladek's tower, if that's what you're looking for.
Number 6. All right.
Yeah, if Marcus is here at the end, I'm gonna let him know that the Dwarven Anvil kid pointed me towards a wizard that might be able to identify items and other things. And I'm considering...
How you tell me?
Well, I don't know. What happened with you? You find somebody else that I didn't know about or that Jesker didn't know about?
Well, there's another wizard over there by the open market, and he pulled me out of 50 gold to identify that dagger that we got earlier. This guy would have been cheaper.
Maybe, but if this guy's got a tower and your guy was just found wandering around the market, I got a feeling that my guy is going to be much more expensive. But I'm going to go and at least give him I'm gonna go pose a question if it can even be done. So I don't know that a market wizard would make it happen. So I'm off to the tower if you're interested in showing up too.
Sure, I'll go with you.
All right, well then we'll head to number 6, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the doot myself too. Oh God, we're dumb. Okay. We both started doing it at the same time. I was like, oh my God, we're idiots. We're all cut from the same freaking cloth, man.
Right there, man. Right there.
Boom.
That's what happens when you get a bunch of old fogies together.
Yes, sir.
The tower, it's basically, it's got some of the wooden construction, but it is a very distinct 3-story tower that rises up from the trees, and the door is closed, and there is a knocker on the door.
Oh, well then I'll just knock.
Are you going to use the knocker, or are you knocking on the door with your hands?
Well, I'll use the knocker.
Okay. So you knock the knocker, but on the inside it sounds... Yeah. Almost as if there's more to the inside than there is on the outside.
One of these wizard tricks. You see this little tiny little hut, and you open it up, and it's a freaking mansion in there. Yeah, I've heard of these.
So there are
a little guy named Tattoo answered the door.
No.
Okay.
So on the inside, it sounds like
there's a series of my old house used to have a big wooden door, and then there's the little hatch that opens up, and it's got like bars.
The little peekaboo doors.
There's a series of them. One of them is about 7 feet tall, one's about 5 feet tall, and one's about 3 feet tall.
Yeah, one for ogres, one for humanoids, and one for halflings. Yeah.
When you knock on the knocker, nothing happens right away. And how long would you like to wait around?
Well, give it a minute or two. It sounds like it's a humongous place. It might take him time. If it's an old wizard, he's got to hobble across the floor with a cane. Got to give him some time to get here. And I don't want to piss him off by hammering more.
Nothing. Nobody answers the door in a minute or two.
I'll tell you what. I'll wait one more minute, and if no more response, I'll give it another couple of quick thumps.
All right. So you grab. Nothing happened, or another minute goes by. Nothing. Nobody answers the door. You grab the knocker and you Kong, and you knock on the door, and immediately, right away, the 7-foot little window thing, the little hatch opens up. Whoa, what do you want? Hello? Hello? I can't see you. Hello?
Down below.
And it slams shut, and then the 5-foot one opens up, and yes. Who's calling?
I crouch down to meet him in the eyes and say, I'm looking for Keledic. I was told He is a sage that services this area, and I have a question regarding the potential of
items.
enchanting an item, and if it can be done, and perhaps what he would charge if he would do it.
And who sent you?
I asked and talked to Jasker at the Dwarven Anvil. He was the one that said you were here, so I came to give a visit and see.
The little hatch slams shut, and then you hear a series of locks up and down. Click, click, clack, clack, click, click, click.
Can't
clack,
be
clack,
too careful with all those weirdos around.
Levers are going, and it sounds like a deadbolt is sliding, and then another lever, and then a click and a clack and a click, and then the door finally, after what seems like about 20 or 30 unnecessary locks, the door cracks open, and out steps he's a human. He is has kind of tanned skin. He's bald, but you could tell he doesn't have any hair, but he's got like a bright red turban wrapped around the top of his head, and he's almost about 7 feet tall.
Oh, that's a big human.
Wow.
And he
Tall
says,
dude.
"What? Yes, I am Keladek the Unspoken."
Keladek the Unspoken.
That's an interesting title. How does one obtain that?
Well, my reputation should precede me.
Well, we're new to the area, so we don't know. But we can ask around. That's not a big deal. I don't want to bother you with trifling matters. I'm curious about a question that I have for you about enchanting otherwise normal items. For instance, and I pull my shield and I show him my shield, and I ask, I'm wondering if a light spell can be cast on the face of the shield so that while adventuring in dark places, it would glow and light the way. It doesn't have to do it during the day, but if it does it during the evening, it would make it very beneficial. I have a poor little halfling that always seems to have to hold a lantern, and I feel bad every time I hand it to him to here, hold this. So I'm curious
and he likes to drink a lot too, so there could be alcohol involved with him as well. So
right.
You never know.
and alcohol and flame, we might lose a halfling to severe burns. So we're more concerned about if it can be done at all, or if this is just imagining things that can't be done. And if it can be done, could you do it, and what would it cost me to have done?
I will allow you to choose either performance or persuasion, whichever skill is higher, and make either a performance or a persuasion check.
It's going to be persuasion. 12. Not very good rolls. Freaking Krakus was freaking rolling freaking 19s, 20s, 17s, everything. I get to Edward, back into the single digit garbage. Can't win some days, man.
Keladek says, yes, it can be done.
And this could be a permanent thing?
Yes. Make an arcane check.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no good.
He kind of goes on for about 2 or 3 minutes about formulas and spell components, and you kind of get the idea that okay, the yarn that he's spinning is probably true. Meaning, he in a very roundabout way, he's answering your question as in yes, it could, we could um, work something out. You would need to give him the specifics as to what part of the shield, what item, and then of course there's a matter of payment.
Well, I would ask if I were to just the face of the shield, or even as it's a standard kite shield, it's kind of tapered around the top, pointed, then it comes out and it comes all the way down and around, almost into a boat-shaped nose towards the base. If he could like highlight all the way around it and just highlight the outside so it has a glow forward, just around the edge, maybe glow, or part of the face, top of it. I don't know. Whatever would work that would light enough of the room and act as much of a lantern. I would leave that up to him. And then I would ask that it could be turned on and off with a specific word, because I don't want to be walking through town and have this thing shining like a freaking bunch of diamonds on it and be attacked every time because somebody wants the shield. But, and then, how much it would cost, of course. I mean, if it's too insane, I'm not going to bother with it. We'll just, if we got to hire another halfling to run around and carry stuff for us, we'll do that. It's probably cheaper. Basically, leave it up to his expertise to decide how easiest to do it, where it would function, whether if he can just do a little dead center circular pattern in the middle of the shield, or if it has to be the whole shield, or whatever it takes to light up a room as a lantern would.
Yes, this can be done. He tells you, however, it would basically cover like the whole face of the shield. You can't just put it on like the trimming. It would
Okay,
be
that's
like,
fine. Yeah.
the shield. However, he makes a suggestion for the right price. You could have somebody maybe make some sort of a leather covering, perhaps with like it would cover the leather would cover the front of the kite shield, and then there would be like like a flap on the front that you could lift the flap up and maybe attach it to the back of the shield. So there would be, you know what I'm saying? There would be like
So
a little,
basically put
Like
it
an
in
on-off
like a,
switch.
well, you'd put it in like a functional case, like a phone with a
right,
cover, and then when I needed to use the light part, I just flap the cover open and it goes out of my way, but I can flap
yeah.
it closed. Do they have
So
Velcro?
it would be yeah, well, they don't have Velcro, but as
I
you
know, yeah.
were carrying the shield, the covering would cover the permanent effect,
Sure.
and then there
Okay.
would
So
just
that
be
it
whatever
would
size
always be
window.
on. It would always be on.
It would always be on once you remove the flap,
Okay.
and then you could put the
Okay.
flap back over and and tie it down. And I mean, it would have a little bit of a glow coming out from underneath, but it wouldn't be like this high beam coming out.
Sure. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what would he cost to light this sucker up?
He tells you you will have to drop your shield off. You could pick it up tomorrow. He cannot cover the cost of the leather. He doesn't do
No, that's
leather.
not him. I'd
But
take it to a leathersmith. That's not a problem.
the cost, however, will be information.
You want that now or later? And how can you be sure that I would be able
What kind
to?
of information?
Yeah, that's the other thing. How can you be sure that I'd be able to provide you with said information?
Kaladek says, I know for a fact you will be able to provide the information of which I seek. Come see me after the council meeting and we can discuss further terms.
All right. And all right, well then, yeah, I'll come back this evening then, and yeah, that'll be fine. I'll come back this evening and we'll discuss it.
Okay.
All right, very well.
Yes, you can drop your shield off when you return.
Yeah, because I'm gonna carry it with me right now. I don't leave home without it.
Well, you're gonna have to go to the leather shop to get.
That's my next question.
Get
Was
fitted for the
Kelladek,
leather.
Mr. Kelladek? I would ask, is there a leather worker in town that would have the capability and the technical prowess to achieve such a thing as a encasing for the shield?
Of course, Kiorna Kester's Leather Goods is the finest leather worker in town. You'll be able to, find her just west of the bridge.
Very
The
well,
Shark
thank you.
Fin Bridge,
Well, then I will depart to go see that person, and I will look forward to seeing you this evening.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to. Well, he's looking down because he's 7 feet tall.
Well,
I'm very much looking forward to gleaning some information from you.
Sounds like a plan. I'm all for it.
Okay, and with that, he steps in the door, and the door closes, and you start hearing all of the the
locks
and the lock and the keys and the clicks and the
Oh
catches
yeah, all
and
of
the
that.
chains and the
Yeah.
catches behind you.
Right on. Then I'm gonna head to. Well,
Edward, I'll show you where she's at.
That's what I was gonna ask.
You got to do the music. Do 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 do
Do
do
do
do
do
do.
do 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 do. All right, Marcus, maybe you can introduce me to your business partner here.
Hey, Kesters, are you still here?
Yes. Let me see. Kiorna. Kiorna is working. I have to get a character.
Oh, yep.
Kiorna Kester. Yes.
Take a shot.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Back so soon? You have my payment already? I was expecting at least a week or two.
No, not yet. But I do have some possible work for you, though.
Aha! And what can Kiorna do for you today?
Well, Kiorna, I would like to introduce you to my good friend Edward. Edward is Kiorna, fine leather worker. I'm sure that she would be able to accommodate your special need that you have for your special need, I guess you could say.
I have special needs. My name is Ed. Yes. I have special needs. They call me Special Ed. Oh, yeah. That should be.
He rode the short bus.
that should be the name in quotes, not Ironhide. Special Ed.
Special Ed.
Edward the Special. Yeah. Kiorna. Yeah. I'm curious. I was told by Kelladek that you might possess the prowess to, and I'll put the shield down on the. I'm guessing we're meeting in front of a table or bench or something, and I would put the shield down and ask if she's able to create a leather case, a functional leather case for this shield, so that one could still carry it, use it, but then open a flap from the front to expose the face of the shield, and then once being done, close it off. Because what I'm asking of Kelladek is that he's going to cast a.
Don't say that name.
Oh.
Don't say that name. She will interrupt you and say, "Do not say that name in my shop."
Okay. Well, then what I'm going to say. Well, he did point you in our direction, but All right, that's fine. We won't say that name. But I will
And
say this. I
as you're
have a
talking,
friend.
she's looking out the window and she's shuttering
Close,
the windows. Yeah, she's
closing the doors.
she's getting very paranoid.
Spookish. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, my apologies. Let me just say that I have contracted a person who is willing to enlighten the shield. However, during the daytime, or if I'm in an area where I do not want to be lighting up like a candle, I need to have an easy way to cover it up. Are you the person for this job?
Yes, I am, and you'll be able to sit down and give her the specifics. And she understands
Yeah.
what you want, and
Okay.
she says,
I'm just
"Yeah,
going to
I
put it
can."
down, let her take measurements, write all the numbers down that she
Yeah.
needs to, and can she give me a quote?
It depends on the type of leather that you would like to encase this in. For example, I have a very fine saltwater crocodile skin that would protect it from the elements. That would be a little bit more expensive than, say, your standard, deer skin that you would find in the woods. It all depends on what quality type of a leather covering that you would like to have on there.
Go ahead, man. Splurge.
Curiosity, what would the hide run? That's a little bit better. What that top of the line stuff.
Oh yeah, the
If that's
saltwater
insane.
crocodile, fairly common animal to the region. However, very dangerous to trap. Very dangerous, and not a lot of hunters out here are willing to put in the time. And the ones that
So,
do usually return with less fingers and appendages.
so in other words, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg, is what you're saying.
Yeah, just about. Well played. Well
Well,
played.
I'm not
Give
interested in
yourself.
coughing up an arm and a leg. How about we go something that's durable, that will last me a while, even if it's going to have some issues with the salt water. I'm not expecting to go swimming with it anytime soon. However, if it does happen to get wet, get rained
Dun,
on,
dun,
maybe you
dun.
can get me an oil or something that I can add oil to it periodically to enhance its lifespan.
With that comment of paying an arm and a leg, give yourself a point of inspiration.
I don't even know where the hell to
And
put that.
okay, so mark this down for our listeners. Inspiration, sometimes a DM can give out what you call a point of inspiration. Usually it's given out as a way to encourage role playing, risk taking. I just felt that was, as a
That is
DM, a
perfect.
very well played conversation. So take a
Mhm.
point of inspiration. Now, you may use inspiration at any time and expend it to re-roll any die immediately after rolling it.
Okay.
You can never have more than one instance of um, inspiration at a time. If you are rewarded more inspiration and you don't have it, or if you already have it, you can gift that inspiration to another
Oh, so like
person in
heroic
the party.
inspiration.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
if you already have a heroic inspiration, you
I do.
can, okay, then you can gift it to another member of the
There you
party. But that
go. Then that goes to Marcus then.
okay, that was well
I'm
played on that
inspired.
one. Well played. I very much enjoyed the arm and the leg comment. She was about crocodiles, so that's how inspiration plays it.
Okay, good enough.
Ed, maybe we need to, track down some crocodiles and
Yeah,
come back and we
maybe
can
we go
skin them and
croc
sell them to
hunting.
her.
Maybe that can be part of our training while we're out here practicing our
Yeah.
new abilities. Hunt some crocs up and down
Oh,
on the river here.
Yeah.
yes. Kiorna will tell you that she is very interested, and she says I pay very good fees for in gold for rare leathers and exotic leathers for special projects such as this. So if you happen to come across or need a way to make money and you wish to go hunt some of these creatures, everything from ogre skin to crocodile skin, she says I can, I can tan it, I can cure it, and it fetches a very good price. And whatever I can't use here, of course, I can always sell to the merchants at the docks.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me a price of what the gator or croc hide, whichever. If we were to use that and encase the face of the shield with that, top to bottom, whole face of the shield, all the numbers and all the measurements, with that,
Mhm.
what would be the cost of that?
She says, I like you. I will charge you 25 gold to make this out of crocodile skin, the saltwater
All
crocodile
right.
skin.
And since Marcus and I are needing a little bit more melee practice, perhaps if we bring in additional skins and hides from these.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I will
maybe
purchase them from you.
maybe that sounds like a good deal. I'll tell you what. How long before you can have this done?
I will, of course, she says, the measurements, you'll need to bring it back prior, obviously, before you going out so I can make the final adjustments and get it fitted
Sure.
to the way that it be. Yep. But she'll work
All
on
right.
the covering now, and then prior to accepting payment, she wants to make sure that you bring the shield back and that she can,
Well,
tighten it up.
I'll tell her this way. I'm an honorable guy, and I believe her to be an honorable person too. I am going to insist she takes it now, and I will pay an additional 5 gold for expert precision. If she pays extra attention to extra
Oh yeah.
fine and do the extra, go that little extra mile, and we'll see what we can do for her in the next couple of weeks while we're training and practicing up our stuff. We can kill some gators and stuff for her, and maybe make some coin because
That I can use
we're
it to pay off my my dues there.
bingo, and we can get our levels that way, that and all our
Mm-hmm.
benefits. So I think that's a great way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pay her 30 right up front, and she's got everything she needs. And when
Yes.
she's all, how long should I stop back tomorrow or then a couple of days? What are we thinking?
She says, I'll have this ready for you in 2 days' time, and you could bring your shield back by, and I will, for a final fitting.
Perfect. All right. Well, I will go ahead and remove the 30 gold now and hand it to her, and we're good then, Marcus. And where you like to go? Anywhere else, or
I don't have any other place to go unless we
this
gotta go
is
see what Kai's getting us into.
right?
Because he's talking, he doesn't talk. That's problems.
Very
That's how
true.
I'm looking at it.
Very true.
Okay. Anything else that you would like to?
Just before sunset, I want to find my way back up to the anvil. But
Mhm.
if this is still morning, afternoon, I don't know.
Afternoon time.
Okay. Well, I guess let's. I will wait until, if you can let me know when it's late afternoon, then I go back to the anvil. Is
Okay.
the you know what?
Um,
I'll wait till I get to the end. I guess we'll go
yeah.
back to the
Doo-doo-doo,
end.
doo-doo.
Back to the end.
Do.
And then I'll when I get there, I'll separate from these guys and go right up to the, was it a bartender, innkeep, whatever, head guy that's been serving us. I'll ask him, hey, quick question for you. What time does the council meet? I believe it's after sunset.
Yes, he will tell
Okay.
you it is immediately like as the sun sets and the torches are lit at the town hall. That's when the council meeting.
And
Okay.
where's the town hall located?
That's the next question.
Town hall is located in dun, dun, dun. Let me find it. Number 14 is the city hall.
Oh, that's right. I walked right by it before. I remember. My third and final question is the council meeting able to be attended by all people in the city, or is it just council only?
Oh, it's open forum.
Perfect. I think I know where I'm going right afterwards. Okay, perfect. That's I plan on intending that. So
Okay. You do notice that in the corner at a table, Kai and Merrick are exchanging what appears to be non-verbal pleasantries.
yeah, they do that.
Drink and nodding and smiling and a clasp on the back, but no actual language exchanged.
Right on. Well, might as well head over and sit down there, eh, Marcus? See what they're
Merrick
talking
will-
about.
Let's go find out what's going on. What are we up to next?
They seem to be voguing, but maybe we can go over there and do the same.
Merrick says, my friends, welcome back. Please report. What did you find? Kai has my associate has filled me in, but I'd like to hear your side of what you found.
It seems to be that the place had some stuff down underneath. I believe we found the alchemist. Turned into some sort of a specter, either of his own doing or not. Who knows? Some skeletons
Poor
involved.
bastard.
Some skeletons were also involved down there. Then there was a group of bandits, hobgoblins, some elves, whatnots were down in there. And it appears that they had a entrance from the. There's a cave that leads out into the sea, and there was a boat parked there. Quite a few casks of alcoholic beverage that we wouldn't mind getting our hands on to turn around and sell before any remodeling is done. The other thing I noticed, the only real thing I've noticed, is up on the upper level in one of the rooms there was a. Let's see. Let me just state this. Pretty much the whole place was ransacked and beat up pretty well, except this one window was in very good condition, and it looked as if the room was using. There had been placed either a telescope to see out to sea, or perhaps a big light, as in perhaps a makeshift lighthouse to help guide ships into the cavern. That's just my guess. That's speculation. And the device that was used is not there. We didn't come across it, but it looked like it was sitting on the floor and it was dragged in and out. Really, that's about it. There's a handful of things that we left down in there on the dead people that I wouldn't mind going and getting and selling, because we do need to cover some more provisions and whatnot, and we paid off some debts, but now we want to incur some more debt, so we want to acquire as much as we can. So, and the only other thing Marcus and I were talking about doing while we're working either to help haul that stuff in and out during our time here in Saltmarsh, we found some potential contract work for the leather worker, taking out some gators around the rivers to help pay for some things that we would like. So that's kind of where we're at. I don't know what Kai told you, but I'd be willing to bet it was very similar.
Marcus, anything to add?
Well, You've got it in the inventory. Get one of those Kraken coins out and slide it over to him and see if that rings any bells for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got
Kind of keep it hidden
three.
so it doesn't.
I've got three of them. Yep.
Yes. So we did find 3 of these on the bodies and was wondering if they mean anything to you.
Right.
Merrick leans in. Very intently. Make an insight check, both of you, please.
Insights.
Jesus, again with the single digits. I suck.
There it is.
Telling you, Edward sucks at rolling dice, but you go to Krakus, he's rolling like a mother. Except when he enters combat, then he sucks.
I roll a 12.
Merrick leans in and very close, and his voice gets a lot lower, kind of like, looking
Hushed.
around. Yes, more of a hushed tone. And he puts his hand over the coin and he says, do you have more of these?
Just these 3.
We have 3 in total.
Might I borrow one to do some looking into?
Sure.
I don't see why not. Yeah, I don't see why not.
He makes sure that his hand, do you have all 3 coins out on the table or just the one?
Just the one.
Yeah, just the one.
As soon as you bring it out and put it on the table and he sees it, he leans and he immediately puts his hand over the top of the coin as if to cover it up. Slides it across the table and is very careful to keep it covered as he tucks it into his belt purse.
Right on.
He says, so I understand that you uncovered a smuggling operation.
What it appears to be, yes.
Yeah, that's speculation. We don't know for sure, but it certainly appears to be.
Is the house empty?
To the best of our knowledge.
Of live people? Empty of what?
Did you clear it of its occupancy?
Yeah, there's no living thing in there except for some shrooms and perhaps a handful of spiders here and there, but nothing anybody couldn't take care of with their foot.
If they roll correctly.
Yeah.
I am highly interested in moving my caravan of operations and basing it out of the house up there.
Well, it sounds like a great idea, but you're going to need to do some remodeling. It's
there's a lot of rework needs to be done.
Yeah, it's
of course.
a lot of
there's
rot.
A giant hole up there on one of the up there for some reason, not real sure why.
Yeah.
There's a what?
A hole upstairs.
Oh, yes. Of course we'll, I can.
It's a ranger size hole, but it's a hole nonetheless.
It looks like me.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this smuggling operation that you uncovered.
I don't remember the exact amount. I don't think any of us counted the barrels, but Kai will tell you they were pretty good. He sampled the wares. And
there was six barrels of it, something like that.
I think there was more than that. I think there was more.
6-7 barrels, maybe.
Yeah. And there was 1 or 2, I think, in another room too. So there could be near 10 barrels of this stuff, and we don't know if they're all the same or if they're all different, but I think those could fetch a hefty price from somebody in town.
And there was a little dinghy that was in there in that little cave.
Yep. I'm certain that's how it got hauled in off of the big ship probably and parked in here. Yeah.
very interesting. This is very vital, important information. I have some payment for you. Per our discussion, I believe it was 100 gold piece each to clear out the house. And
Yeah,
he
something like that.
goes into his coin pouches, and he's like he brings out a little bag of coins and puts one in front of each of you. And if you pick it up, it appears to be full of coins. So add 100 gold pieces in a leather pouch to your inventory. He says this is very, very important information. We must get this to the council. The council meeting is tonight, right at sunset. You're going to speak to the council, and you got to let them know what you've uncovered up there in the house.
Well, damn. I guess there goes selling it. Marcus,
did we want to?
Marcus, did we
was-
take everything off of the no longer living personnel that were in there? Did we take everything off of them? Armors or whatever else? Is there anything
Yeah, we took
else?
pretty much.
Okay.
I think we took pretty much anything and everything that was worth taking. I don't know if you want to show him the let's see, the parchment with the longitude and latitudes on it, or
Yeah, you know
the
what?
parchment with the different
Yeah.
lines, either the magical book or the philosopher's stone book or religion book, to see if they mean anything to him.
You know what? We'll just instead of pulling them all out and having him having to dive on the table and cover them up, how about we just whisper that stuff to him, so that we'll just tell him everything that we found: the note that came with the map, a magical book, the scroll, the Shark Father religion book, the Philosopher's Stone book. You know, any of that stuff that any of that stuff might be interested to him.
Yes, he says we can. I don't want to discuss this. As you try to bring it out, he tells you, no, put it back in here. There's too many eyes and too many ears.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't
here
have
in
tried
the
to bring it
tent."
out. I would
Yeah.
just tell him we found a handful of books as well that might be of interest to him, might help lead somebody with a more knowledgeable eye as to what's going on here. This stuff might help paint a picture but to us it really doesn't.
Mhm.
But we're just
Yeah.
just the hired guys, so we're not supposed to know that stuff.
He says, yeah, we can. In private, he says, I have one of the rooms upstairs. You can bring it up in private and discuss, take a look at this. I might be able to help you. Basically, out of character terms, act as he's going to act as a fence for you, kind of,
Right.
to help discern what's going on with that stuff. But back in character, but this, we must get to the town council meeting. It's an emergency meeting has been called. I have already spoken with several of the key members of the council, and they wish to address you right away.
Fantastic, but we've got a little bit of time before that starts, correct?
Yes. So
Outstanding.
meet me at the council hall right after sunset. As soon as
Very
the
well.
torches come on, is
Get
when
there. Okay.
the council meeting starts.
Right on. Well, then I've got, if there's nothing else, I've got to make a stop at the anvil, inquiring about a job I have for them. So I want to do that quick, and then I can shoot over there and meet you there.
Who's going to the anvil?
I am for sure. I don't know if Marcus is coming along or.
Do you need me to come along?
I don't need you to come along, but if you'd like to, you're welcome to tag along.
Sure, why not? We'll leave Kai and
Kai's
them
going
together.
with
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll all go then.
America's departed.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to swing it up and dispense with the doody-doos since we don't have a whole lot of time. There you go. You guys do them. All right. Yeah, I will stop back here and see if I can't find Muffera, something like that.
Muffera.
Okay. There's so many names.
That's okay.
Why are we bringing us over there?
Never mind that I had put in all of this backstory and homework for you guys, but
Yeah. Well, a note to DM: not all names start with an M. Just throwing that out there. Seems like everybody we know has an M for a name. So, number 17 is the anvil, by the way, guys. Not over there.
Correct. But
Okay,
no, we're going back over here.
Well, I didn't want to go that way. I would have hang a first right and gone through here and gone around.
As
the bolt
Kai
from the blue.
No.
Okay. All right.
The plot thickens. Dun, dun, dun. As we round the corner, all three of us are approached by a woman wearing a long gray cloak.
Has she been scorned?
She has not been scorned.
Not yet. She has. She just met us. Give her a few minutes.
Hold on. I need to do a roll check here.
Oh boy, we know it's trouble if her little portrait appears in the top center. Yeah, exactly.
No.
Roll for initiative.
No, I don't like that. That's what we should have named this. Probably taken.
Probably. She approaches you and actually approaches all of us, and she's making a beeline directly towards us. Make an insight check.
Not very insightful. Oh, hey, 17. I'll take it.
And I'm not really paying that much attention to her.
So, Edward, you will pick up right away based on her body language. She is very serious and very intent on. In other words, if we decide to turn and run, she is going to chase us down. Kind of, she's very intense body language. She means business.
Have we seen this lady before, or is this just somebody new to us? Okay.
Somebody new. She approaches.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me get a token here.
Hey, Ed, is that your wife looking for you?
Not married, thanks.
Kai?
She approaches and she points a finger, and you can tell under her hooded cloak she has flowing, kind of long blued hair, light blue. It's kind of in a braid in the cloak. Make a perception check. Both of you.
Those either.
Okay.
Again, I'm not very perceptive. Wow, I got a 2, man.
I got an 8.
She has the cloak as it's clasped together, kind of where it meets. Usually, there's some sort of you remember in the Lord of the Rings, they had kind of like a leafy thing, metal. Okay, so she has an object you can't really pick out what it is, that's grasping this dark gray cloak together, and she points a finger and she says, "I need to speak with all of you now. Come with me." and she motions over here to the side of the house, kind of off the main road.
Well, I look at my old fancy Casio and wonder how much time I got to make the anvil yet.
She says time is of the essence, and you are still
Yep.
picking up on she means business.
All right. I guess we'll walk over there and hear what she has to
She
say, or I will anyway. These guys are on their own. They can
yeah,
choose.
as well, no, Kai will join you as well. As we step off the main roadway, she looks each and every one of you in the eye and she says, "My name is Sareth, and you are all in grave danger." And with that, we will have to wait until next episode.
What? That's my line.
Or this will be a good time to take a break then. How about that?
No, we'll call it the episode. We'll call her good. That's the end of episode 9. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the running around in town, and there'll be probably a good chunk of next episode to do the same. We'll talk at you again next week, or whenever the hell we do this again. Till then, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.